Hello, everyone. Welcome to OVH Cloud's ecosystem experience. Today, we will be talking about challenges faced with cloud providers. My name is Bharani Krishnan, Enterprise Sales Manager for OVH Cloud based in Melbourne, Australia. Today, we'll be talking about one of our key customer, B2BE. B2BE is a global enterprise based in Melbourne, specializes in supply chain automation and EDI messaging. If you are wondering what is EDI messaging, it's called electronic data interchange. It's a concept built for businesses to share, transfer, exchange information electronically. Traditionally, it was exchanged via paper. For example, purchase orders or tax invoices, etc. B2B has been in the industry over 20 years, and they have worked with various cloud providers. And they have faced significant challenges with those cloud providers. Now, they have managed to overcome all those challenges moving over to OVH Cloud. So without further ado, let me introduce CTO of B2BE, Jeff Martin. Jeff, welcome to the program. Could you please tell us a little bit more about B2BE and your cloud adoption strategies?
Thank you for the introduction and opportunity to speak today. Kia ora, hello. I'm Jeff Martin, the CTO for B2BE based in Auckland, New Zealand. B2BE has companies in 20 different countries, but the majority of my team are based in the Asia Pacific region, specifically Southeast Asia. B2BE was one of the first EDI companies globally to leverage the internet for electronic messaging 23 years ago. B2BE processes millions and millions of messages every day via a mixture of services provided on our own hardware in co-location facilities, cloud virtual servers, and infrastructure as a service. With a large customer base in Australia and New Zealand, presently we use our own hardware in commercial data centers in this region. This will be changing over the coming years. But our cloud adoption really started in Europe as we started to gain customers in the UK, France, and the Netherlands. This was a good way for us to get services up and running in Europe without a large capital expense and without hands-on technical staff in this region. We knew we wanted to retain as much flexibility as we could, so we leveraged containerization as we built our European environment, which made the transition from our previous cloud provider to OVH much easier. As we continue to develop and grow our platform, cloud native computing is a definite consideration, giving us the flexibility to host in our own private cloud, public cloud, Kubernetes services, or a hybrid mix.
Brilliant. Thanks, Jeff. It's really interesting to see that your cloud adoption started in Europe and you're continuing to build your platforms on the cloud. And you're also looking to migrate your on-prem workloads over to the cloud. So my next question is, what are the key challenges do you face with cloud providers in general, and how do they align with your cloud strategy?
There are many key factors that go into our selection of a cloud provider and their alignment with our requirements. Security and compliance is on the top of that list. Customers are entrusting us with their data, and we need to protect that. B2BE is ISO 27001 certified, and we need our cloud partner to also have this certification. Another key factor is our ability to manage the system. We have a team of infrastructure engineers, and the more control we have over the system, the better. This had been a massive challenge for us with our previous cloud provider, and we often felt at their mercy. And of course, costs are always a consideration. B2BE are in the business of getting cents per transaction, so every dollar counts. Having a predictable pricing structure, understanding where the limits are, and how to grow is very important.
Absolutely, Jeff. So it looks like you have touched base some of the key elements of the cloud today. If I had to rephrase, basically security and compliance, the most important aspect of cloud, and the use of ease of manageability and control over the infrastructure. Most of the businesses basically they fail to look into this aspect, and at the end of the day, cost is the main aspect. So, brilliant, thank you. And Jeff, you did mention you have been with IBM for quite some time, and you faced some significant challenges with them. And how did we, OVH Cloud, manage to overcome all those challenges?
Sure. One of the biggest challenges in a single word was support, or the lack thereof. We were having continual service disruptions, and even though we were on an advanced support plan, the lack of urgency or care was unbelievable. Let me share a couple of examples with you. IBM had a switch issue, and as a result, a bunch of our servers ended up on a different VLAN. IBM would not believe us, and we were spending an incredible amount of time proving to them that the issue was on their network. We were literally showing them one of their other customers' data flowing over our network. We have an ex-IBM cloud engineer in our team. He was needing to tell their support engineers how to use their system to troubleshoot our problem.
Right.
The second example was IBM contacted us to say our bare metal server was getting old and needed replacing. Great, very proactive. We coordinated with them a new server, got everything migrated and all switched over. A week or two later, we terminated the subscription for the old server and everything stopped working. It turns out our IP address range was associated with the old server. So when we terminated, we lost them. It took our team a couple of hours to work out what was going on. By this time, they had allocated those IP addresses to a new customer. We tried explaining to them how our EDI customers whitelist these specific IP addresses for security, but it still took many escalations and over 24 hours before we got them back. You can imagine our frustration and the business impact to our customers.
Right. Jeff, really appreciate you sharing those real life scenarios. Thank you. So you have been with OVH Cloud for quite some time now. Tell us how your journey has been so far.
The migration process from IBM to OVH was pretty seamless and almost invisible to our customers. Right from the start, the OVH pre-sales consultant was fantastic, working closely with our team to understand our requirements and what type of configuration we wanted. We now have a much improved service offering with a primary site in France with quick replication through to a DR site in Germany. OVH provide us a floating IP service to make the DR failover very quick and easy to manage if we need it. Fairly early on in the migration process, one of our servers allocated to us failed. The built-in resilience managed the load across the other servers. OVH support very quickly added a new server to our pool. We synced the services to the new server and the faulty one was removed. Equipment failure is never great, but that gave us a good confidence that we had made the right decision because the backup support was excellent.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. We really appreciate that feedback, and we couldn't be happier. At OVH Cloud, we put the customer as a priority, so the spotlight is always on you. So thank you for the feedback, and I do want to ask you the last question. So is there anything else you would like to share with the audience about B2BE, and what are the key differentiators of B2BE, and how do you stand out in the EDI market?
Sure. Many customers use our service because we're a one-stop shop. It doesn't matter if you're hosting your system in the cloud or in the house, using systems like Dynamics or NetSuite or SAP, or an in-house system that's got very limited ability to integrate. B2BE can integrate with you. We provide services to digitalize paper-based documents via tools like OCR, to providing manual keying of documents. On top of all of this, we have systems for order to cash and procure to pay processes, along with accreditation on many networks like GS1 and Peppol. If you require any of these services, please do not hesitate out, and thank you.
Great, Jeff. It's always great to have a chat with you. I really appreciate your time. On behalf of OVH Cloud, we wish you all the best. Now, back to the audience. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop us an email. The information is on the screen. Other than that, we wish you all the best and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.